Damn you, Dow. Move too early. Bloody Dow. Okay, everything is up here. So, this Russell looks very interesting. Let's see what that does. Trend is straight up on the Russell. Okay. Quick PPT. We took it at least. Oh, that's actually nice. Just know that the trend is down at the moment. So look at that's gone straight back down again as well. So this is going to take me a while with micros, isn't it? It's going to take a little while with micros, but we just keep plugging away. At least I took it. Yeah, it's come back down straight away. I was actually watching the Russell. That was quick. Very quick. Well, I'm glad I took a PPT on that because, as you can see, that has reversed really quick. It actually did, what did it do? Oh, okay, it wasn't, it was only 8 points. Oh, it was 8 points on because I took the S&P, that's why. S&P just looked a little bit better. This trend is really strong. Oh, jeez. I wonder if Sasha is on today. Sasha, if you're on, give me a thing in the window. Well, as per usual, look at the. I cannot believe how volatile this is. It's crazy. Opens are crazy at the moment. Oh, there you are, Sash. Sash, you've given me an idea because I didn't realise that you did this last year. I can't remember you asking me that what you said yesterday, but I think I'm going to change it to micro to 1 million. It's funny how life works out, but I'm starting on 1 micro and I'm going to go. My goal now is to get to $100 up. Once I get to $100 up, I'll go to 2 micros. I know, doesn't it? It sounds awesome, doesn't it? Like now I'm thinking, you go through all this stuff and I'm thinking, oh, why is this? And now I know why. I think what Sasha said, apparently, I can't remember it, Sash, but you said you challenged me last year to do a micro to 1 million. And I declined. I wouldn't have declined in a sense, but I would have gone, oh, it's, you got to start off with 1 micro and it would have affected my real trading. But now I can do a micro and take a full contract on my real account at the same time. Doesn't it sound better? It's awesome. So thank you, Sash. I'm going to change it to micro to 1 million. And we're $19 in. Actually, more than $19, but I think it's going to be, yeah. Thanks, Sasha. Now, what we just need is now the market to behave and give us something nice and clean. But I've had a good think about this now, and I'm thinking, okay, I need to have targets. So people are going to ask me in the future, when did you go from 1 micro to 2? So I'm actually going to write all this down on the weekend, and I'm going to have targets to get to before I can change to the next contract. So it'll be all planned out. So, because I just thought once I get to $100 up on each account, which would be $2,000, then you go, well, hang on, a bad trade would probably be like a $20 loss or a $30 loss on a micro. So you go, okay, cool. If you're $100 up, you can afford to have 1, 2, 3 losses. And if you've got a good strategy, then the law of averages says 8 times out of 10 you're going to win, so it'll take care of itself. But if you have a good trade, if you do 1 micro and have a good trade, you can make $100 to $200 on that trade. So I'm actually very excited now because now I'm like, oh, okay, well, this will allow me to just trade and be aggressive. And I just thought then, hey, I'm going to take this. It's trend time bar. Why not take it? What's the worst thing that can happen? $20? And then once I get to full contracts, it'll be like $200 and I'll be $1,000 up. And So yeah, I'm going to plan this out over the weekend. I'm very excited now, but I'm very excited to trade tonight if we can just get something. I've already taken something, but as I said yesterday, there were like 6 or 7 trades yesterday. So oh, I so want to go long on the Nasdaq here, but it doesn't meet the rules. But I think this is going to go up from here. And there we go, right on that 1 minute bar. It's just recovered. You've got trend straight up. Trend is so strong. It's just volatile beforehand. So what did it just do? Just did 19 points on that bar. It's come back down. Well, Jesse, I mean, that's why I've been doing it so open and showing that I've really struggled. Like I've struggled over the past 2 weeks. And one of the reasons why is I think I've had in my head of just risking too much too early. So it's just been a pretty good lesson. It's put me back a couple of weeks, but I think this is all about learning and being transparent. It's like, okay, well, if I start off with a micro and get $100 up, well, all your risk is gone. Like you're like, okay, you're $100 up with a micro. Then I'll go to 2 and maybe go to 500 or something like that, and then go to 5 micros. I'll work it all out on the weekend. I'm not sure whether I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that, but I'll work out the numbers. But this is what all this is about, Jesse. It's all about psychology. And I will not be using my phone to take one trade. I will not be taking a trade on a plane or a boat or in a car or in a helicopter or on MT4 or MT5 or any other shitty platform. Trades on the Ferris wheel. That's what it's about, Jesse. But it's also about maybe inspiring people as well and educating people. Like I'm putting in the hours at the moment. I'm doing a lot of work, a lot of. I mean, it's not digging for gold. We're not in the mines. It's not oil mining. It's not that hard. Oh, whoops. Sorry. Thank you, Lacey. Sorry, that was my Zoom window. Sorry, guys. Damn it. Was that covering the window during the trade? It would have been too. Thank you, Lacey. Your strategy is always making me is already making me money. This challenge isn't for me. It's for those who haven't been a student. Yeah. Actually, Sash, the challenge is actually just for, like, I'm very, very lucky. We've got people watching, and I'm very grateful, and I love that. But if we have 0 people watching, then I'll be okay. Because this is really just for me to show that I'm being authentic, and it's being recorded. Like, everything's being recorded every day. So when I get to 1 million and someone says, oh no, you didn't do it, you didn't show your account details, I'll go, here's the video. Here's every single trade that I took. So today's trade I took, it was actually on a lower time frame, but it was with the trend. It was after a pullback. Yes. I just want people to go, oh, this is one of the most authentic traders out there. Like, he's shown struggle, he's shown success. There's a guy, I found this guy today, he is amazing, and he's kind of pushing me along. His name's Marine Lambo, and someone put him onto me ages ago, but I didn't really look at his account. Marine X Lambo. And he looks awesome, and he did in his stories today, he made $831,000 last night. And I'm like, okay, Cam, like, I know I can do that. He's very good. And of course he's good. He's an ex-Marine. And that's what you need to do. You need to have that sort of mentality. But so anyway, so we're just drifting down at the moment. I am expecting that if we can just come down to maybe 50% here and make a higher low, I still think we should get a little bit of a move up. But the amateurs are opening the market at the moment. It's not about purple. I think this could go. Look at that. Work straight away. Oops. Well, I just called it, didn't I? I literally just said, if we can come down to 50%, and I'll have a look at this. Where do you think we came down to, kids? Well, look at that, eh? I thought we'd get a little bit of a bounce off there, so that's... This is just very messy though. think might have been a student of mine. Can't remember. Is it not? The question was, who said using sim as a leader was better? It's pretty easy to change, but there seems to be actually a little bit of a discrepancy though. Every time I do a sim, there is quite a difference between the sim and the actual price that goes through. So maybe I do need to change that. Maybe you could tell me, walk and ride. Yeah, those trades earlier were very, very simple, Sherry. There's been a lot of good stuff before the market opened today. Just asking, yeah. It was from a student that had used the copier that I was using and had used Apex, so. But I'm still learning about this, so if anyone's got any advice, I'm happy to listen to it. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like a lot of stuff is definitely happening earlier in the day. But we had some really good moves on the open this week. Just have to utilize them. I think the Dow is going to oh, it's above purple, but purple's straight down, so I want to go long on the Dow, but my rules say no. So hopefully it does not work. Come back down. Yeah, can't go short there. Trend is still really strong on the upside. drops straight away, goes into profit straight away. Oh, yeah. Really don't want to take caffeine at this time, but having to. Yep, so this is not good enough at the moment. It's not trend time bar. Trend is now not clear. We're not in a time phase, clean time phase. So sit out and watch. For those of you that are watching, it'd be really great if you just quickly like the stream, please. Thank you. Very, very much appreciate it. So very volatile at the moment. Lots of volatility, nothing really clean. Okay, so what happens, Enrica, is, so the question is you trade, what you need to do, Enrica, is you need to choose a master account. So in the sim, where it says sim, that's my master account. So it executes it through sim, and then everything copies after that. So I'm actually trading sim, and then the micros copy. So that's what I was told the best way to do it was. That's why I'm doing it like that. But all that really matters is that little apex number down the bottom. So you can see it says apex 20 accounts and the amount that I've made for the day. So that's all that matters at the end of the day. And yeah, in order to get to where we want to get to, that 50 needs to say 100, because that would be $50,000 on each account times 20 accounts, and that would be $1 million. For me, I didn't know this, and on first look, it seems you traded a sim. I did trade a sim. So that's what I actually did. I traded a sim. When you actually look at my accounts, you'll see that it says sim as chosen. So if I bring up this, here's my thing. Okay, so you can see it's set to sim. So all that means is that the sim is the master and everything else copies the sim. And from what I've been told, that's the best way to do it. But I'm still learning, so who knows? I mean, you can see on the sim I've made 13, and on the account I've made $7.70, so maybe it's not that great. It would have been better if I made $13. So there's obviously a bit of slippage going on there, so it's almost half the profit, isn't it? So maybe I'll experiment next week with using one of the other accounts as the master account and not using sim. Not sure. But anyway, all learning at the moment. So at the moment, we've just got this move coming up. And that is not above purple. I certainly hope so, Basil. I hope it gets a little bit, I mean, that's a pretty big amount of slippage, isn't it? So I would hate to make, obviously once you get, if you're in the trade for a while, the slippage might be, if you make 100 grand, it might be 99,000 instead or something. I don't know, but I don't know. It'll sort itself out. I'll have a look at some stuff over the weekend. So, yeah, trend and momentum are not in sync at the moment on these short time frames, but I did say we should get a little bit of a move up. Ultimately, what I'm looking for, though, is a proper trade, a proper trend time bar trade where I get in and just leave it. Yep. Is the sim applying fees? I don't think there are any fees, are there, Dale? Yes, Enrica, it is delayed. It is delayed by 30 seconds plus. YouTube is delayed by about 30 to 45 seconds. Yeah, but does the Apex account do does the Apex account do fees, Shane? Do they do fees? I didn't think they did fees. Maybe they do. I don't know. It'll all take care of itself. All we have to do is trade properly. Okay, cool. Is that a problem, Enrica? Shouldn't be a problem for you. Wouldn't that be good, Enrica? Shouldn't you be happy? Yeah, I'm very well aware, Enrica, and it's deliberate. Very deliberate. Okay, so let's look at a 5-minute chart of everything at the moment. So this chart that I have up now is a 5-minute chart. And if we just look at everything, we've got a low and a higher low. This is 50%. So in order for this to be significant, if we want this to keep going up, we're going to need to hold this 50% level. We must hold that 50% level. Same here. Okay, we've got this low, we've got this area here. There's the 50%. We need to hold the 50% on the Nasdaq as well. The Dow is very different. It's broken through 50%. It's very volatile. Very volatile throughout there, so. Why does that look different? Different. Oh, because that's the 5 there. Okay, cool. Yep, broken through there. And then you've got the Russell. Well, that's pretty good, isn't it? That is definitely a up at a higher low at 50%. So that's holding that level. So that's it. We have to hold these levels now. The Dow's gone. That's out. That's just staying in that range. But we have to hold these levels right now. Well, we're right on the 50% now with the Nasdaq. If we don't hold this, then we'll very likely go down to that low. It may just do a quick spike to the downside and then come back up. We'll just see what it does. Yeah, that's not a good sign. So we've got a minute to go for the close on the 5, and we're looking like we're going to close below it at the moment. It needs to really recover quick. Still holding. Well, the Nasdaq's broken through. Oops, my microphone is gone. The Nasdaq's broken through that 50%. It just did a bar through that, but it's not trend time bar, so it's not a short. was just so volatile and unclear at the moment. Nasdaq. Trend is straight down. Yeah, probably could have taken that. Very aggressive though. Okay, well I was right on that, so trend was straight down, it's reversed straight away, so did a little bit of a profit, but it's well, this is a bit boring, isn't it? It's trying again, but trend is straight down at the moment on the Nasdaq and the S&P, so It's not looking great, is it? It's just drifting, drifting, drifting. Not looking good at all. Okay, I'm going to stand up and have a stretch for a second. We're only an hour in and it feels like it's been about 5 hours. It's just drifting, which is just nothing we can really do here. So let it drift and see what happens. So just going to go off screen for a second. Back in a sec. Maybe that's why I just feel bleh. Haven't had any carbs today. Just don't feel good after steak.
Would you like me to order you something?
No, I can order it.
What's the recommended then?
Pretty light.
Yeah, so good.
Don't like that.
What? The steak?
Yeah.
I don't think this recipe.
You're supposed to. You don't think you're supposed to.
You're definitely not supposed to.
Well, that's what you're meant
It's
to.
just a whole amount.
Yeah. Okay. That'll work out. Probably a little bit more manly, but it's all micro repair, so.
I might order something to eat. Sure you don't want me to order when I get something?
What's that? Okay, so the Nasdaq's hit this low. Hit the low on the futures. It's broken on the cash, but we've got this low here. Coming down to the 5, that was it there, hitting this low. Now we have this. NVDA, let's have a look at NVIDIA. Well, you should be able to hear me. My microphone is on. I am near the microphone. Yep. Oh. I definitely have volume on YouTube. I just watched my own stream. So NVIDIA, that's what I wanted to look at. NVIDIA. Wow, that's the open today. Oh, see, that's pretty obvious that was going to do that. That's the hourly. Oh, okay, that's yesterday where it dumped. Of course it's going to dump through there. Look at that huge drive up. Okay, so this is NVIDIA today. Okay, well, you know, based on that, it's done a lot of price. I'm looking at this because people usually say, well, you know, obviously NVIDIA has a big effect on the market as well, so. So yes, anyways. Tesla, same boat, short lower highs, momentum straight down. Right near this low. Yep, we're going to get a bounce. No need to apologise, Yorick. Interesting. You are exactly right. Thank you, Sash. I just realised I had no mic and I was talking. Sorry, I was just making a joke. The comment was, man, I'm a big fan of your work, but for the last 10 days, you've only made $17. And I said, well, maybe I'm not that good a trader. Maybe I should go see if I can get a job at McDonald's on the weekend. Does anyone know of any jobs going that I could get on the weekend? Maybe I should just give up. Or maybe you could say that I'm doing something completely new and completely different, and that I'm being 100% transparent, and I'm doing it in front of lots of people, and I'm just taking my time. And in 2 weeks, I've had 2 trades and no losses. 2 wins and no losses. You can look at it in lots of different ways. you have only made $17. It's funny, isn't it? Well, the average time that it takes people keep a funded account is 3 days. And I've had mine 2 weeks, so I haven't blown my account. And when you have a goal of getting somewhere, people don't give a shit about the time frame. People give a shit about whether you got there or not. Great website for job. Yeah. I'll be fine, Yorick. I'll be fine. We'll be right. As I said previously, none of this is for your entertainment or there's no giveaways, no entertainment, no competitions, no free accounts, no special guests, just sitting here doing my job. And if I make $17 a week, and then eventually I'll get there. And I'd much rather take it slow and keep making money than be pushed to try and take stupid trades. But if you can show me somewhere tonight where there's been some trades, please let me know. I'd love to see where you think a trade is based on that, or based on that, or based on that, or based on that. We got another one of these ones. Yorick, what I suggest you do is if you're bored, go look at some other channels. Go watch Patrick. Patrick's really good to watch. He's very interesting. Tanya's on at the moment. You can go watch her. She's interesting. And then just come back in 2 months and you'll go, oh, whoops. We'll be right. Anyway, extremely volatile at the moment. Not very clear at all. Is it? Is it really? I don't know how to do that. Nah, man. I want to watch you. Well, then I would suggest watching. No, you're right, Sash. Look, the thing is, as I said, I have missed some trades, and that's fine. Being very transparent and very open. There's trades that I have not taken, and they haven't taken them because I was looking at trading too many contracts. So, I don't know, show me somebody else that fails live and then says, oh, okay, I need to take responsibility for that and I need to change things. the whole purpose of this is for you to sit here and learn and go, okay, well, I started off with one full contract and I realized that was too much. Then I went to 5 micros and I've thought, that's still too much. So I'm removing my ego, starting off with 1 micro. And now that I've done that, I've thought, okay, if you're trading 1 micro, you remove the drawdown and I'll end up trading more. And also, as Sash said, now I can do micro to 1Million, which sounds so much better. So everything's a positive. But you know, you could say I've only made $17, and in a week you'll say I've only made $170, and then in another week you'll say I've only made $1,700, and then another week you'll say I've only made $17,000. So you're concentrating on the money. I'm concentrating on, I've taken 2 trades that met my rules. I have missed several trades that met my rules and I didn't take them, but I have 100% sticking to my rules ratio. So I'm pretty happy with that. And if you come back in 12 months' time and I hit 1Million, then it's still a micro to 1Million. Doesn't matter how long it takes to get there. I'm just going to stick to my rules and I'm going to take things slowly, and I'm not going to do exactly the opposite to everybody else out there. Yeah, well, I think there's a bigger expectation with me because I've got 31 years experience. So, but it is, you know, there is a lot of stuff happening at the moment, but it is tough. So I would much rather be conservative than be aggressive and take stupid trades and have losses. But I also said this the other day. You're saying I've only taken, or I've only made $17. I would really, it's like one of those things. I saw this thing the other day where a guy was commenting on pregnancy, women after pregnancy, how to get back into shape after being pregnant. And this was a man commenting on a woman. And the comments were, dude, unless you've had a baby, shut the fuck up. And I would say the same thing with a lot of you guys as well. Unless you've traded live on YouTube in front of lots of people, like not only do I have people on YouTube with my account details showing, I've also got my community with hundreds of people watching. So unless you've done that in front of people live, then sit and watch. And that's I mean, look, that's exactly what I said the other day. You'll know KVRLXM, I don't know. But, you know, if I took a really good trade on a micro, that would have been $500. If you take a really good trade with 5 micros, it can be $2,500. You do that a couple of times a week, your account builds very, very quickly. And there was a trade last week, and once eventually, within probably the next, like, I don't want to give a time frame, I don't know. It'll happen when it's meant to happen. But I showed this the other day, and that was on a micro. That was the full contract. So there was a trade 2 days ago, I think it was, and that was it there. So it did 884 ticks. There you go, from here, 884 ticks, and that was 441% return. And that was with 5. If you did 5 contracts, and I'm trading 20 Apex accounts. So if you did 5 contracts times this, that's a $441,000 trade. So now if I did that with a micro, which I did on here, we just said before, if you did the same thing, and you did one contract and that ends up being 20, I mean, isn't that phenomenal? Isn't that incredible? That's with a micro. That's exactly right. We require the correct market environment to put the risk on. So we just concentrate on the rules, concentrate on your techniques, and the money will take care of itself. I don't care about the money. The money will take care of itself. And this is why what I'm doing is incredibly different to anybody else that trades out there. Most people that are trading prop firm accounts are very happy to blow accounts. They just get a new one. They go really aggressive, they go hard, and it works out really well. They get some payouts, or they blow their accounts. I'm just not doing that. I'm just trading very differently. My plan is to keep these account numbers from 1 to 20 until I get to the full amount. Yeah, I think people don't care about that, Sash, and this is why I'm going to do it live. At the end of the day, we'll have a record in the next 3 months, and people don't care what I've done in the past. I've recorded all my trades, shown my account details. I've made $300,000 on a trade before, recorded it, showed it in front of all my students with my account details showing. So I've done that. You just got to concentrate on, now I'm doing it differently. I'm doing it live. And I will win and I will make some mistakes. I won't fail, but I'll learn from those mistakes and I'll just get better and just keep going. But one thing I can assure you of this time is I don't care if I'm doing this in 6 months' time and I'm making $10 a week. It's not going to happen, but I will just keep going. And you'll always get people saying to be more aggressive, because that's how most people work with their trading. Most people are very aggressive. But also most people have a very poor win-loss ratio, which means trading is stressful. So we'll just sit here. Tonight's a bit of a tough one. We've got quite a bit of volatility. We're coming up to a low again where we're doing a double bottom, but the trend is down. My rule is it must be above purple. We're below purple at the moment, which means I can only go short. So there is no missed opportunity because it doesn't meet rules. And you could go long now and make a little bit of money, but you'd be trading against the trend. And that is not fun for anyone. So we probably have to get ready for the other side now. Traded options when I was 20, 21, 20. And I lost everything. I started by trading stocks when I was 17, 18. Did really well for the first 2 years, made a lot of money, and then went into options and lost everything. Options are not for me. You need to have a brain. I don't have a brain. That's why I like futures. Futures is great. Very, very simple. Very straightforward. Options was very, very complicated for me. So, may we know what the purple line is measuring? If there's a video that I've done, KVRL, there's a video on YouTube that goes for 10 minutes. I will show this video because people ask about things. View my channel. I'll put that over here. So there you go. Just go to this. And there is a green video here. It's a 11-minute video, and it explains everything that I do. Explains the moving average. I don't use volume. I don't use RSI. Don't use MACD. Don't use any indicators. I just mainly use time and price. Price action, form reading. I have a moving average on there just to confirm the trend. So that's it. That's the best thing to do. Just go watch that there. Just watch the green, this one here. The green video. Well, we're getting into the quiet part, especially on a Friday. Everyone's gone for drinks, I think. Yeah, definitely options are at the higher time frames. But they're just very complicated. They take a lot of understanding to know which option to choose. And I'm not a mathematical person. I struggled and made a lot of poor decisions. Ooh. Okay, we might go down here and then get a move back up. If we can come down to this low quickly. Needs to go a little bit further though. Sorry guys, still have a cold. So certainly not going short here. If we can just come down a little bit further, down to this low. I did say we'll get a little bit of a bounce here. How strong is that bounce? Yep. Well, called that live. That was just not above purple. And I got to stick to my rules, so I thought that would go up from there. We'll be right. Yes. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to wrap up YouTube. This is not looking great at the moment. I was very close to taking that one there. It just didn't meet my rules. So I have to stick to it. I knew it would work. I just said, hey, it's not going to go down from here. It's going to go up. And it was also right near 50% of that little range. You can see it went up, down. It's now made a higher low and started to move up. Now it's right near purple. So we're still downtrending though. So might wait for a little bit of a pullback here. But how much trading bring change in us as a person? Oh, I think that's why I love the job so much. I mean, you cannot be a good trader without improving as a person. I think that's why it's a great question, Jimmy. I think this is why I love trading so much. It forces you to grow. It forces you to improve as a person. Like I've just seen so many traders over the years, and they go, oh, gee, I don't know why I'm not succeeding. And it's like, oh, well, okay, well, let's look at you outside of trading. Do you have focus? Do you have discipline? Do you have patience? Do you have consistency outside of trading? And 99% of the time, people say, no, I don't. So how do you expect to do that with trading if you don't have it outside? So Jimmy, I think the answer is it brings a huge amount of change as a person. And that's why I love it so much. I think that's why it's just such a great job, because it's just so rewarding and just forces you to be better. So, and this is why I also love doing this. Like, YouTube's tough. I can tell you it's very, very tough doing it in front of people, but it forces me to get better. It forces me to grow. It puts me in a very high pressure situation, and you're like, great, you can either give up or get better. And just going to keep getting better. I think things are getting better. I've taken something at least. The account's moved at least. And it'll keep growing, and we'll keep going. And look at that bloody trade go now. Anyways. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching YouTube. have a great weekend. Just be careful tonight. It is very volatile. I think we're going to get a little bit of a move up here, but please remember the trend is very strong on the downside. So don't do anything too silly. As I said, thanks for all your comments. Thanks for all your support. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week for a big week. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you all.